It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame as the Lakers get set to face the New York Knicks. I got a lot to talk about today, especially with all the rumors and everything circulating. As you guys may have heard, Anthony Davis rejected a 4-year extension from the Lakers, $140 million plus extension. I'm going to get a little into that. And then the Kyle Kuzma rumors going off the rails with the whole Bogdanovich for Kuzma straight up. Some people want it, some people don't. Gonna get into all that. And then I dropped a track today / Lakers mix featuring Lonnie. Go ahead and check that out. It's called 2020. So we wanted to start off with a bang. And there were some bars. There were some bars on that track. So definitely give that a like, a thumbs up, and I appreciate you guys showing love already for that. Now, for everybody who wants to talk about the rumors, guys, wants to talk about the whole Kyle Kuzma, the whole Anthony Davis thing. Look, a lot of this stuff is getting blown out of proportion. Let me tell you something. The whole, rumor with Anthony Davis potentially leaving LA because he rejected this contract extension is just bonkers to me. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Abraham or whatever, however you pronounce your name. Can't say it. He said Knicks finna get blown out. Look, guys, Anthony Davis wants his max extension. That's a 5-year, $200 million plus deal. He already left money to come to the Lakers. He obviously waived his $4 million trade kicker for a reason. I don't think if he didn't want to be here, he wouldn't have given that much money. Plus, he'd be leaving a lot more because we're the only team eligible to give him that full max extension. On top of that, it's LA, baby. We're winning, #1 team in the West. I don't think we have anything to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So, super excited for the summer. I think Anthony Davis is pretty much, going to join. Thanks, Jose. Thank you, bro. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you guys like the track, man. Thank you guys for giving it a listen. But back to AD. I don't think he's going anywhere. I really don't. Everything seems to be going in our favor this early on. And then I think once we make that deep postseason run and eventual championship, it's all but guaranteed. But even worst case scenario, let's say it was a doomsday scenario and the Lakers, get eliminated prematurely in the playoffs. God forbid. But let's just say that was the doomsday scenario. And Anthony Davis, you guys really believe he's still going to leave $50 million plus on the table for one extra year? Nah. On top of that, this is the biggest market. He's getting commercials here. He's getting all kinds of stuff, all kinds of promo here. I just don't see it happening. Like, it's a pipe dream for the haters right now for AD. Now, to the Kyle Kuzma rumors, right? The trade rumors and all that stuff. Look, guys, Kyle Kuzma should be coveted by the Lakers because we gave up a lot of young talent in the Anthony Davis trade. And Kyle Kuzma, now, the Lakers, for granted, the Lakers are great at replenishing young talent. Look, we drafted well, it looks like. Talon Horton-Tucker, who, by the way, just got called up. Hopefully he gets some playing time today. We drafted well, it looks like. The G League, they're killing him. Him and Zach Norvell, even though Zach Norvell was an undrafted free agent. Lakers just have an uncanny ability to, pick out diamonds in the rough. So if Kyle Kuzma trade does happen, it's going to hurt like heck. I just hope it's worth it, whatever we get in return. But I'm going to miss my boy Kuz, man. I know he's going to put up career numbers wherever he goes, getting an opportunity to be a primary or secondary scorer. But all in all, I trust in this front office to do what's right and keep him. If they don't keep him, then I trust in them to replenish the young talent. Like I said, we got THT waiting over there in the wings. And then we got, Zach Norvell potentially who can get some minutes in the future. He's with our G League squad again, even though we had cut him. Oh, by the way, breaking news. Dwight Howard is going to be in the slam dunk contest. So that's crazy. I didn't think that was possible at his age, but hey, man, I got to give props to him who, by the way, his contract became guaranteed today. So congratulations to him. Lots of news to talk about right now, guys. Lots of trade rumors going around. Lakers also showing interest in Bertans from the Washington Wizards. There's just so much to cover, guys. But all in all, I'll say this is going to be interesting. The February trade deadline approaching. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of tweaks the Lakers do to the roster. Again, I don't expect Kyle Kuzma. If I had to bet my house on it, I would say Kyle Kuzma's staying. But if it happens, then I just hope Rob Pelinka knows what he's doing and gets enough in return. Now, this is a question that's been asked to me about Kyle Kuzma. What kind of package would be, a fair package to return for Kyle Kuzma? Well, I want young talent in return. I'm sorry. We can keep veterans off of free agency. We can trade other veterans for veterans. but I want young talent in return. I want a future. They were talking about the Sacramento Kings offering, Bogey, Bogdanovic or something like that. I forgot what his name is. This guy's an elite three-point shooter. Obviously, we know that. We know he can play, make out of the pick and roll, stuff like that. But we don't know if the bright lights and then playing third fiddle to Anthony Davis and LeBron, or maybe even fourth fiddle, if you want to throw Dwight Howard in there, if that's going to impact this game, getting less shots, less minutes, if that's all going to impact this game and make him, kind of like play differently, I guess. But all in all, like I'll say this, Bogdanovich to me is not enough. We would need more. I think I would take Fox. I'll take Fox, De'Aaron Fox, since he's struggling under Luke Walton's system. If they ever think about trading him, then that would be a fair trade for Kuzma, in my opinion. Obviously, we'd be robbing them because I think De'Aaron Fox's ceiling is a little bit higher. But I'd take Marvin Bagley in a package. If we can get that in a package with Bogey, I'll take that kind of package for Kuz. But I don't want to do just one for one. And I know he's averaging more numbers and stuff like that. But, thank you, T. I appreciate it. Thank you. I know he's averaging more numbers. But, again, those numbers aren't going to translate directly to the Lakers because you have to take into account a whole new system he has to get used to, playing with two superstars, which he doesn't have in Sacramento. So that's a different kind of pressure, and playing under the bright light. So all that has to be taken into account for. All in all, my hopes are for this trade deadline is that we bolster our roster in a different way. You know what I mean? Like maybe trade, Quinn Cook or Troy Daniels or players that we're not using for potentially players we could plug in. Guys that can shoot, guys like DJ Augustine, maybe something like that. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But thank you so much, guys, for listening to the track again. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't heard it, it's called 2020. It's a Lakers mix / track with me featuring Lonnie. So go ahead and check that out, man. We spazzed out. We went in on the bar. So definitely drop a thumbs up on that. He said, Kuz works good with Lonzo. Now, that's another topic right there. If the Pelicans are interested in Kyle Kuzma, I'm asking for Drew Holiday in return. And not straight up, obviously, we have to throw other contracts to make it work, but I'm willing to do that if it's somebody like that, like Drew Holiday, right? Thanks, Hot and Spice. Appreciate you, bro. I'm glad you like it. Dan, would you say the reason Kuzma is even on a trade block is because he has low on-court basketball IQ? The YouTuber from Laker Talk echoed the same sentiment. Actually, whoever said that is wrong, because I'll tell you this. Kyle Kuzma is not on the trade block. Now, there's a difference between being on a trade block and listening to trade offers. 2, that just means other teams are interested and they're inquiring about Kyle Kuzma. And obviously, nothing has happened. But before all this even, all these rumors took off, Rob Pelinka's on record as to saying that Kyle Kuzma was a crucial part of this team. So I don't think he's on a trading block at all. So whoever said that is wrong right off the bat. And then low basketball IQ, he's not a point guard. So I think people are just expecting way too much from a young player in Kyle Kuzma. All he really needs to do is score and be aggressive and play defense. We don't need him to ball handle. That can come from other positions. We don't need him to play, make, and facilitate. That comes from other positions. All we need for him is to get locked in on both ends of the floor and just focus on those two things. We don't need a jack of all trades from Kyle Kuzma. He's a power forward, for God's sakes. How many power forwards can handle the rock, playmaking, all that? There are very few. So for what he is, he's a very good player. And I just think, he's had a slow start to the season, obviously due to injuries, but no excuses, right? He needs to get his head in the game and start playing better, period. And once he does that, then everything will be forgotten, just like how everybody wanted to hang KCP, but nobody's talking about KCP now, right? So that right there is, that's the key to silencing the critics is winning and playing good while winning. If he can start doing that, then nobody will utter his name. Just like when he has great games, this guy right here, like God Souls, right, who's telling me to stop being biased because obviously he's a Kuzma hater, will just go quiet. I mean, where were you guys, when Kyle Kuzma was balling? So that's all I'm saying, guys. Like, just be objective, all right? We're still in first place. We have heck of room for improvement, and we don't really need to swing for the fences in a trade, right? So that's all I got to say about that. Like, everybody trying to trade Kuzma right away, careful what you wish for, because look what happened to Brandon Ingram. You guys remember a couple years back, everybody was saying he's a bust when we drafted him rookie year. They were saying he's too skinny. I said, I see top 5, top 10 player in this league potential. They laughed at me when I said that, but look at him now. That's because the difference between the casual fans and diehard fans is diehard fans they have patience. We've seen this story. We've seen these type of players unfold before. If you have patience with young talent, they more times than not, they will pay off. Sure, you have your, you have the anomalies that obviously they become bust. But I've seen more than enough from Kuz in the 2 seasons that he balled out versus this season that he's struggling a little bit to know that he's really special. So I'm going to stick with my guns. He said, hey, Dan, I love our SWAT team. My goodness, that's a good nickname, by the way. The SWAT team, they've just been blocking everything. They've been blocking everything. Oh, and by the way, where are those Lonzo Ball haters now? A lot of them are now starting to flip the script and talking about the Lakers shouldn't let him go. We should trade back from him. I remember this comment section being flooded by Lonzo hate. And what I tell you guys, I see special talent. The last 4 games, he's averaging over 21 points a game, playmaking, doing everything, man. When Lonzo is healthy, he has all-star potential. So that was a good trade for both sides. Obviously, we won because we got the superstar, but they have a bright future over there. And then when Zion comes back, that team is going to be scary. But I tell you guys, man, be patient. Look at the past. Look at the past. Everybody was trashing all these players. Look at them now. They're all shining. This goes way back to D'Angelo Russell. Y'all remember how I used to defend him as well. This goes way back while other people and other YouTube channels were trashing them. And now look at them. They're ballers, right? Obviously, they're not on winning teams. They're still young, and they don't have the required superstars to succeed on their team. But still, man, imagine had we kept all those players. Now, I'm not saying we should have. Obviously, we made the right moves. But just imagine had we kept D'Lo, Jordan Clarkson, Zubats, everybody, Larry Nance, Julius Randle, everybody we've ever drafted, right? Lonzo and Brandon Ingram, and so on and so forth. This team would already be scary. Like, we probably have the best young team ever assembled. But Laker fans, we're not patient, and we shouldn't be either, because this is about winning, right? And that's why we traded for a winning team. But still, man, patience can take you a long way. Dan, we need to keep some of this young talent. We draft really good. I agree. But see, that's why I think a lot of fans, they want to trade the talent, because since we draft so good and we get so much young talent, they feel like everybody's replaceable. And some of these players aren't. Like this, Brandon Ingram type players don't grow on trees. D'Angelo Russells don't grow on trees. Kyle Kuzmas don't grow on trees. These are special young talent, and that's why obviously they're being coveted around the league, and everybody's trying to make moves for young talent like that. He said, I wish we would have kept BI instead of Kuz. No, I won't go that route, because Brandon Ingram will probably be struggling too, playing behind 2 superstars. It's just like I said, you have to be objective. You have to think. Look at the history of everybody. LeBron, every time LeBron has formed a super team, the 3rd star always struggles in his numbers. They take big hits. Everybody from Chris Bosh, look at his numbers in Toronto versus his numbers when he went to the Miami Heat. That's night and day. Same thing with Kevin Love. Look at his numbers in Minnesota versus numbers when he went to Cleveland and played with Kyrie and LeBron. So just be objective, guys. Be happy with what you have. We have the number 1 team in the West and potentially the number 1 team in the NBA. And we're probably going to be lifting the trophy. Hopefully Kuz is still on the roster, because to me, I'm looking past this season. LeBron's not going to be here with us forever. Maybe he might sign another extension if we're lucky enough and he's still playing good. Maybe he won't. Maybe it'll be, maybe he'll return to Cleveland and finish his career there. I don't know. Anything's possible in this league. But one thing I do know is that we need to have a plan for the future. It's easy to just, especially for LeBron fans, they're ready to throw it all away just to give LeBron, a couple of rings, which I'm fine. I want the rings. But we have to think past LeBron. And to me, Kyle Kuzma fits that plan. He's on an affordable contract. This next contract's not going to be worth a lot. And he's only 24. He fits with the same timeline as AD. If we're trying to build around AD once LeBron retires or moves on or whatever, then we need to look at guys like Kyle Kuzma. Obviously, Talon Horton-Tucker, he's not a part of the core yet because we haven't seen what he could do in the NBA. But his future looks promising just based off of what we've seen in the G League. Not going to blow it out of proportion. He said, can you go live with the calls, DTLF? Normally, I do that recap. However, I've been having some people complain about the calls. So I might alternate. I might do one video calls and then the next video no calls. But I'll let you guys vote. If you guys want me to go on live today with the calls on the recap, then I'll put it in the voting section on this channel and on Twitter. And then you guys let me know, man, because obviously it's the people's channel. You guys decide. He said, Kuzma is a good shooter and slasher. That's it. He needs a good point guard to serve him to get shots up without a good point guard, he will fail. I wouldn't even go that far. I don't feel like he needs a good point guard. I just feel like he needs consistent minutes. Have you guys noticed when he's going off, sometimes Vogel will snatch him off the floor? Again, Vogel knows what he's doing. I'm not questioning his coaching. Obviously, we're number one in the West. No complaints here. But it's hard to get into rhythm when you don't have a coach that rides a hot hand, right? So that's all I'm saying. Like, look, whatever happens in this trade deadline, I'm with it as long as it's a smart move. I much prefer, obviously, keeping Kuz. But if there's a good trade to be had and we're going to benefit off of it in the long term and in the near future, then I'm all for it. But if there's some, just like Bogdanovich, who's still a young player. But like I said, look, my problem with Bogdanovich trade, straight up 1-for-1, is that we're giving up a position that's rare to find stretch four that can take you off the dribble and do little things like Kuz, versus a guard, which they come as a dime a dozen, right? There's so many guards in the league. Matter of fact, we have 6 of them on the roster. So it wouldn't make sense to me just to trade Kuz and leave all these guards and add a 7th, guard to the roster. Like, that's just, come on. We need more versatile players like Kuz, So that's all I'm saying. He said, hello, Dan. Prediction on tonight's game. Keep up the good work. I mean, we should win. Marcus Morris is not playing. LeBron is going to play through illness, so that's good. So yeah, it should be a victory. There's a couple players in New York missing, and then obviously New York's been struggling this year, but we still got to show up because every game could be a trap game. Everybody's going to show up and give us their best day game, even though the Knicks are 10-26 right now compared to our 29-7. But it's the NBA, so you got to show up. Dan, what do you think about Kuz, Cook, and Cousins for Bogey and Bielitsa? I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that for 2 reasons. We're giving up Cousins. If I'm trading Kuzma, I don't want to give up Cousins because if he comes back healthy, then maybe he can replenish some of that at the forward position, some of that stretch 4 type, stretch 4, stretch 5 that Kuz is going to give up. Again, you got to look at what you're giving up and what you're getting back. Now, I know Bielitsa can stretch the floor and all that, but I don't know, man. I need more young talent if I'm giving up Kuz. Give me 2 players instead of 1. 2 young players, and then I'll think about it. He said, Rob has made solid decisions. I trust him 100% until he makes a bad decision. That's fair enough, too. Rondo's complete trash. He holds the ball forever. Damn, tell me how you really feel, Ricky. He said, moi, love Dwight Howard, earned his guaranteed contract in. Yeah, man. D12, man, again, shout out to him. He really proved himself. He proved me wrong. He proved many other doubters wrong. I doubted him. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I doubted him. His whole career, I didn't like the way he conducted himself on the floor. But this year, if this Dwight Howard would have emerged back when he was with Orlando, maybe they would have had a championship. Not when they went up against the Lakers, but maybe the year after that or a year before. Because this Dwight Howard is focused. He's not wasting any opportunities. He's crashing the glass and he's playing with a lot of heart. He said, I definitely would not give up Cousins. That is ridiculous. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kevin. Like, we have to look at our front court depth. Right now, we have the best front court defensively and offensively, in my opinion. And by trading away Kuzma, you give up some of that offensive front court ability. And then you give up DeMarcus, and your offense gets even worse, even though he hasn't played for us. But I'm going to assume he's going to bring some sort of offensive game to the lineup when he gets healthy, hopefully. Knock on wood, right? But again, it's complicated. You don't want to make a trade just to make a trade. Your team is number 1 in the West. You just need a tweak. You don't need a haul. A lot of people say our bench is trash. We need to haul them all over. No. Learn basketball. You don't need a whole new bench. You just need a little tweak here or there. Darren Collison will take you a long way. Little tweaks like that can take you a long way. He said, what's the status on Avery Bradley? Well, from last I heard, he was giving credit to our health to our staff for helping him get healthy. So I think he's going to play tonight based on what I'm hearing on Twitter. So hopefully he does. That's good. That's good news. Dan, would you trade Avery Bradley, Quinn Cook, and some picks for D Rose? Now, I love me some D Rose, but I feel like Avery Bradley is going to be a staple defensively in the playoffs. We're going to need Avery Bradley. That would be hard to say no to that trade, though, honestly. It would be really hard to say no. I'm glad I'm not the GM because that would be really hard to say no. But I love Bradley, man. I want to keep Bradley on the roster. Would you trade Quinn Cook and some picks for Dennis Smith Jr.? Yes, absolutely. Those are the type of trades I'm looking for. I'm looking for, young talent, potential steals, somebody who needs a change of scenery, very similar to Kelly Oubre with Phoenix, right? I'm looking for an under-the-radar move like that. Now, remember, people forget that Dennis Smith Jr. just hasn't been given the right opportunities. In Dallas, he wasn't a good fit under Mark Cuban's ridiculous ass. And when he went over there to the Knicks, that organization doesn't know what they're doing. They just buried him at the end of the bench. This is a kid who's explosive. We know he has some offensive game. I haven't seen much on him defensively, but again, he's somebody I take a gamble for, and the package you mentioned would be great, He said Magic Johnson was a boneheaded president at DTLF. He traded some good pieces over the years. But let's not forget, now he wasn't boneheaded, man. Some of these trades have merit. Like some of these trades were to create cap space for like LeBron. That was a valid trade. The one for D'Lo, even though we love D'Lo and all that. That was a valuable trade because without that, who knows if LeBron doesn't happen to unload, Dang and Mozgov. Now, we trash, well, not we, but y'all trash Magic Johnson based on the mistakes he made. The biggest mistake he made was Ivica Zubac and then cutting Dennis Nwaba and little things like that, trading Svi away. But he made a lot more good. He did a lot more good things to his roster than bad. Obviously, he was crucial in bringing in LeBron, stuff like that. He cleared the cap space and all of that good stuff. So, for that, I applaud him. Let's not forget the good things he did. Yeah, he did step down prematurely, and he did talk bad about the Lakers organization, which was why a lot of people trash him nowadays. But still respectable, man. We got to respect Magic. He helped bring 5 championships to the city, and he's forever a legend. So he said, you keep talking about moves around the edges, but you seem to be extremely attached to the players. So what moves would you make? There's not a lot you could get for Daniels and Cook. Now, not just Daniels and Cook, man. There's other contracts you can throw around. You don't have to trade Kuz. See, people act like Kuzma is the only player you have to trade. Now, I'm not extremely attached. I said it. I've been on the record as saying if we can have somebody like Zach LaVine, if we can have somebody like Drew Holiday, I easily trade Kuzma away for those. But am I going to trade him away just for garbage? No, absolutely not. And for me, Bogdanovich is not a, bogey or whatever his name is. He's not a proven player. If he was that proven, then why is Sacramento so bad? You can blame that on Luke Walton, but last season they didn't make the playoffs either. So bottom line is I'm looking for either proven all-stars for Kuz. If we have to give up a little bit more, we have to give up KCP or Danny Green to get an all-star, including with the Kuz package to make it work, then I'll do that. But I'm not making a trade just to make a trade. Seriously, we haven't even seen what Kuz can do in the playoffs. What if he has another level where he takes it, in the playoffs? What if he's made for the limelight? We don't know that. That's where you really define a player, man. It's not in the regular season. If a player was defined in the regular season, James Harden would be the GOAT right now based on the numbers he's putting up. But I don't even like James Harden. You know why? Because come playoff time, he chokes. And why does he choke? Because he doesn't get the same flippy calls. He chokes because his game doesn't work in the playoffs. You got to be tough-minded. I want to see what Kuz can do in the playoffs before I even let him go. And that's just me, personally. I don't want to be kicking myself in the head watching Kuz kill on another team and then thinking, damn, we don't have another young piece like that, So that's just me. I'm being objective, actually. I'm not saying I'm so attached that I'm not willing to let him go. I'm just saying that the deal has to be worth it. Hey, what's up, Big Baby Jonathan? Thank you, bro. I'm glad you like the song, brother. He said, no Bertans or Bogan. He said his trade value is low right now. I like Bertans. Now, could he be having a one-hit wonder season? Could be. We can't just, give up everything just because of the great season he's having. By the way, he's shooting lights out. Would I give up Kuz for Bertans 1v1? Well, at least in that trade, you're getting another forward in return. I would much rather, honestly, for the upside, I'd rather keep Kuz, but I wouldn't be mad at that trade because you are getting another forward who can stretch the floor. And if you see what I'm saying, I wouldn't do it for a guard because that leaves us thin at the front line offensively, but I'll do it potentially for another forward. Maybe if they threw in like a first-round pick, then that's something you could think about. So do you think they should start Kuz? Might get him going like KCP. I mean, personally, I would have been started Kuz because I feel like he's a spark plug type player, and when he gets going, it's hard to stop him. And why not get him going early in the game, right? It's harder. It's harder to come off the bench and kill. That's why you got to give credit to players like Lou Williams and players like Jamal Crawford. They're rare players. Players like that don't do it their whole career, they don't adapt like that. So Kuz is being asked to come off the bench once again. He's done it before in his career, but this time he's doing it with less minutes, playing with two superstars, getting less shots up. So ignoring my questions? Absolutely not. But I'm not an octopus. I don't have 8 eyes, bro. I can't see all of you guys' comments. So my apologies if I missed some of you guys' questions. That could have been it. I could have answered it right there had you typed in your question instead of that. Have you watched all the games? Absolutely. Well, I might have missed one, I think. Did I miss one? The one that I wasn't on live with you guys, I watched partially. So, yeah, other than that one, but, yeah, always, man. Dan, word is just waived Marquise Chris. I think the Lakers should pick him up. The kid has a bit of attitude, but that's because he's been losing since he came into the league. Now, I like Marquise Chris, but what does he bring to the team that we don't have already? We have to look at what we need. We have to look at what we need right now. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, do we need another Dwight Howard hustle type player? No. We have Dwight already and JaVale McGee, who have been doing a great job lately of blocking shots, getting rebounds, and all that good stuff. What do we need? We need perimeter shooting, perimeter defense, and playmaking from the guard position. Those are things we need. If we can do that, that'd be great. Those are great upgrades. Now, sometimes the trades that happen are the ones you don't see ever coming, right? They come out of left field. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that nobody's talking about. Most of these trades that people talk about don't really ever happen. So I don't expect this, Bogey trade to go down, or the Bertan ones, or none of them. None of those. If anything, if I expect the trade to happen, it's going to be one that a lot of people haven't been talking about. He said, I've been mentioning Josh Jackson for months now. Yeah, I like him too, bro. I like him too. I like his size, his athleticism, and defensive versatility. He has no offensive game early in his career, partially due to the fact that they developed him poorly in Phoenix, and Memphis really hasn't given him a shot, even though they should, because they're up-and-coming young team. But would the Lakers take a gamble on that? I'm not sure. I would. So we basically need one more LeBron. No, I wouldn't say all that. He's a younger player who can drive, has a jump shot. Well, I'm not saying we need all that from one position. We can get it from multiple positions. He said, facts again, DTLF talking facts. Bullock and trades came out of nowhere. Yeah. And so I don't put a lot of people always ask me about the trades that they're mentioning right now. Again, 75% of the time, those trades never come to fruition. Dan, would you trade Kuz for Dennis Schroeder? Again, I mentioned this earlier. You're giving up a forward where you're thin at for a guard where you're heavy at. So, no. Just for that reason, no. Now, if they throw in Terrence Ferguson or something else, and maybe I think about it. Maybe a first-round pick. Got to be smart with the trades, man. There's a championship season. We can't just do trades to do trades. We can't experiment. They need to be precise, and they got to add to the team without subtracting. Kuz's $2 million, Schroeder is $15.5 million. And then there's that, which I didn't even look at. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you, man. He said, we just need someone younger than Rondo who can be consistent and who can stretch the floor. Because Rondo was doing it earlier in the year, and we were killing. But now Rondo can't hit the side of a barnyard. So, we need a consistent shooter there. People got to understand you can't do a trade if the money doesn't add up. Bingo. You could always make the money work if you throw in little players here and there. Now, do we have the players to throw in? I don't know. He said, we need one good playmaker that is all someone similar to LeBron. I feel you on that, but there's no one similar to LeBron. LeBron is unique. He's one of a kind. Nah, man. You're not going to – Ben Simmons? But he's not going to be on the trading block, you know what I mean? Like a younger, poor version of LeBron, that's Ben Simmons. Nobody is trading Bogey and Rondo for Bertans. Might as well throw Rambis in there, LOL. Yeah, man. Again, some of these are pipe dream trades that Laker fans or even LeBron fans are throwing up. But let's keep it 100. We're not far away from the championship right now. We're like one good, solid rotation piece or two from being a sure lock for the championship. I still think we can win with the roster we have right now. But if you want to guarantee it, then yes, I can see a couple of tweaks being made. I think Rob is probably working the phones as we speak, from here till the February trade deadline. He said, all the trades are trash. We'll see. We got to stay patient, man. Right now, let's enjoy the winning. The Lakers are winning. We're 29-7. Let's enjoy that. We don't even have to – it's not our job to worry about trades. Let's let Rob do it, and then when it comes through, when the trade happens, if it happens, then we'll go ahead and dissect it and see how these players fit in and all that good stuff. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at breaking things down for you guys once it happens. But for now, it's all pure speculation. We shouldn't really dive into it. It's not that deep. I'm more concerned about the Lakers getting a victory tonight and staying healthy. That's what we need to worry about. So I'm happy with that. Anyways, guys, not sure if I'm going to do phone calls today. I'm going to let you guys vote on that. So keep it locked right here. Once the voting poll comes out, then you guys can let me know if you guys want me to do phone calls today or just focus on the comment section like I did in pregame, at least for tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to drop that like button if you guys already haven't. Please check out the new Lakers mix I just dropped called 2020, featuring my boy Lonnie and myself, man. Super hyped for that track. Hopefully it does well this time. Drop a like. And don't forget to hit the like button on this video as well. Peace out, guys. I'll see you for the recap.